The time is now 5:52 on this Wednesday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
A repeat offender is back. A Hermantown man is charged accused of vehicle prowls and stealing items found inside them, and just a year ago, he was charged for it all. So 36-year-old Luke Norland allegedly stole from a car parked outside of Lester Park last month. He is charged with theft, burglary, and fraud. Police say he stole credit cards and tools worth $630. Northland used the credit card and racked up a nearly $400 bill at numerous businesses across the city. He was arrested during a traffic stop, and police found the stolen cards and drugs when they searched the car. Norland admitted to police he was responsible for recent vehicle prowls and says he used a screwdriver to break in. And as we reported, he was connected to 6 vehicle prowls at Ely's Peak last January. He was also been convicted of felony theft back in 2021.
One person is in custody after leading police on a high-speed chase overnight through Hermantown and Duluth. The cell phone video here shows the driver traveling at high speeds through residential neighborhoods in West Duluth. The suspect vehicle is the dark-colored SUV in the middle of your screen. And according to Hermantown police, an officer spotted a suspicious vehicle outside of the Goodwill on Miller Trunk Highway after midnight on Tuesday and briefly spoke with the driver. The driver then fled southbound into West Duluth. Officers used a pit maneuver and forced the car to stop at 25th Avenue West and West 2nd Street. The suspect was finally arrested after a brief foot chase. No one was hurt. The driver is facing charges including fleeing a police officer and driving with a revoked license.
A Superior man is accused of firing gunshots inside and outside an apartment building. Police say the 19-year-old suspect fired a shot from a moving vehicle, and he allegedly fired another through a window after he made it inside a Billings Park apartment building where 4 of his friends were. Police say he was intoxicated and acting aggressively with a gun in his hand. The suspect was eventually arrested, and luckily no one was hurt. He's expected to be charged with several felonies, including reckless use of a firearm.
Scientists are inviting the community to learn more about mercury levels in the St. Louis River. It's part of the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency's efforts to reduce levels of the metal in the watershed. There are 2 upcoming public forums for residents to learn how much mercury is present and work being done to reduce it. The first forum is February 26th in Eveleth, and the second is on the 27th in Cloquet.
For the first time in 3 years, ferry operations are shutting down this winter in Bayfield. Officials announced yesterday that today will be the last day of ferry services between Bayfield and Madeline Island. Cold weather has made ice too thick for the boats. Officials say depending on conditions, wind, sled, or van service will begin Thursday morning. The wind sled is used until an ice bridge is deemed safe for cars, which is good for those looking to get back and forth, although the wind sled is not big enough to transport cars.